Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is good, hope everyone is well. Let me move this to the side here. Move this as well to the side. There we go. Yes, I am using a worse quality camera today for specific reasons. For specific reasons. Fortunately, yesterday I broke my tooth. So yeah, I'm not gonna put high definition camera, otherwise I'm probably gonna get blackmail, which I still expect. But anyways, we still show up. We have to make it to trade. Indeed, CPI day today. Yes. No, not fighting. Good old glass of water did it. Morning, Blue Lion King. Morning. All right, let's get into it. Think GJ is going down? We will see. I think it's more positioned towards the upside. I'm more bullish today overall, but let's have a look. We have news today. So today we have basically employment rate. Employment rate is always a very difficult news event to predict what direction. They're expecting it to come back higher than expected. If unemployment comes back higher than expected, that is normally you will see pound go down because it supports. See, this is where it gets confusing, right? And why it's really hard to kind of predict this one, because if unemployment rate comes back higher, that supports them reducing interest rates to help employment, right? And if inflation rates get reduced, that's negative for pounds. But if we see it come out positive, that means that they can hold interest rates higher, which is also, positive for pound. So I don't know, it's a little bit confusing. We'll have to see, but let's just base things off technicals and then react based on the news and see how price supports. I think, based on what I've seen, if the number comes back up higher, we actually see pound go a little bit down. But the difference this time is they're forecasting a higher number. So we could get undershot here, right? And then that would just end up price spiking towards the upside. Of course, USD CPI is the big one here. Super big one is USD CPI. Now, they're expecting inflation to come down from 3.4 to 2.9. That is massive. For inflation to come down from 2.9, from 3.4 to 2.9. Now, do I think that it will come down that easy? Probably not. I would be surprised if we see such a jump. And if we see such a jump, that's going to support that whole hype of basically interest rates being held, being reduced. But if we see this number come back worse, which is kind of the side I'm leaning on, we will see those hopes, leave the market, and we'll see gold go down, and we'll see dollar weakness come into the market here. So yeah, let's have a look at technicals here and then take it from there. So start off here on the daily time frame. This is a very, very, very interesting daily candle close here. So what we've done is yesterday we popped down here, grabbed liquidity, and we came down to the bottom of the range here and rejected. So for me, we're still bullish here, right? Nothing's closing bearish on a daily. And, although we're at highs here, I do feel like if this daily support can hold here, we can break through these highs here. Looking at how we basically came down, grabbed liquidity, it's a very nice opportunity to continue towards the upside. If we can start breaking this high, up here will be where the easy continuation will come. And possibly if we break the current daily high, will give us a wick fill here. So looking at 4-hour time frame on the other hand here, 4-hour also holding bullish structure here. We tried to break down, we failed. We opened up here, we closed above the range and now pulled back. So if you look at this 4-hour candle being the candle that closed above the range, this closed above the range, broke the high, then pulled back, creating a higher low structure. So if this current 4-hour candles breaks the high, I think we could have continuation. So one idea I might populate today, and I'd prefer to take this after news. So if I'm fortunate enough to get this after news, then that's something I'll be interested in, is if we could just break above these highs, could run 4-hour stops here. They're not too massive, and try get back up where to 189 here. 189 could be an opportunity here. Now, if news just comes out and pushes us towards the upside, then obviously we will have continuation trades, I feel. Above the 4-hour resistance will be opportunities. I really do feel if we do get a strong closure above here, we can just push through all of these resistances here. Especially if we're getting a close above here, I do feel that we will just push through this. 5 pips here, I do think we will push through this and end up coming to the top of the range here at least. Again, 189 is going to be max target for any upside moves here. So I do feel like we could have a big push here if we do start breaking these ranges just as a breakout. And the reason why I'm saying that a little bit more confident is because of what we've seen of this liquidity grab down here, right? On a daily time frame, this is a big liquidity grab here. So there's no reason why we would do such a big liquidity grab, and if we break out, we don't have some form of continuation. If we just come here and fake out, yeah, that's just GJ, you know, playing a bit of games. That's outside of our control, but it was still worth the opportunity, right? So yes, it is difficult to buy at the top of the range. No one will be looking for buys at the top of the range, which is exactly what makes me even a little bit more confident about it. Is because, you know, if this thing's gonna go up and it grab liquidity from the downside, then I expect it to do so, right? Especially if investors are going to price in tomorrow GBP CPI, because GBP CPI, we could see an upside move to 189, and GBP CPI come in and retrace and retrace the whole move here towards the downside, and we start to fill down the lows here. So now if we start breaking below this previous 4-hour candles, you know, 4-hour range here, everyone's going to try sell this, but I think that this could end up being a fake out towards the upside. Bias is bullish here. So until I have a 4-hour candle closing bearish, I shouldn't be looking for sells. The only time I look for sells is if we have heavy breakdowns, we're pulling back and then breaking that. And even if it's heavy volume, I can take that on something like a 5-minute time frame, on pullbacks on 5 minutes. But I need this structure to be broken first. These first sells here, I'm not interested, because that's where most of your fake outs are going to come, right? Because we're bullish bias, previous daily bullish, previous 4-hour bullish, okay? So if we then do continue a little bit here and then pull back and then break that, that's where I'm interested, because that'll be the second break of structure. And I'd be surprised for price to do that, you know, basically without giving us this continuation first. Even if it does end up going up, at least we get this continuation first. I'd be surprised for it to do this, create second structure, do that, and then do this. This would be a little bit surprising. You know, you would expect some form of continuation after breaking second structure. So that's how I'm going to basically tackle this scenario right here. And yeah, that's basically it for GJ here. So hopefully we can just, you know, range for another 15 minutes would be ideal here. And then news maybe can come retest 188,500, and then we start breaking above these highs would be ideal here. So let's have a look here at gold on the other hand here. So gold is popping up here right at the moment right now. Let's start on the daily time frame as always, see what we did over yesterday, which we know what we did. So again, we popped down to the bottom of the range here. We're still within this range. So this daily close, after we got that 4-hour bearish close here, gave that continuation. So sells were quite nice yesterday, especially after this 4-hour candle close. You know, we did end up retracing first. There was a random movement, but I don't feel like you would have been caught out in this unless because bias was bearish at that point. So you know, the only way you could have traded is back up to this zone, but there was no entry option. Buying these highs here, never a good idea, especially after such a big push. And then we just basically rejected it and came back down. So yeah, there were sell options. You know, when we broke below the range here was a little bit tough. But I do think the inside of the range here was some nice sell options. So at the moment now we've reached where? We've reached the bottom of the range. And since we're at the bottom of the range, you know, we're kind of rejecting it at the moment. So if we go to 4-hour, you can see how we have created this support here, and we're working on trying to move towards the upside, kind of into this resistance zone right here. So we can draw a little line here. This is kind of like your area of watch. You can see it's been previous as well. So that's 4-hour resistance, something like that. Then looking at 1-hour time frame here as well. Yeah, that's our previous range here. Yeah, what I would like to see, 15-minute has closed above here. I would like to see some form of, we probably don't even have, yeah, there's not even 5-minute structure here. I feel very skeptical about buying this right now at where it is. I would prefer to see some sort of pullback here, set up 3, price close bearish, and the next one break the high, especially at this early. Or it can just do that when I'm talking about it, which is typical. So, you know, obviously it's typical when I talk about the idea I want to happen, it does the complete opposite. But personally for me, if you were to take this break of high, you know, you're relying on obviously this volume just coming through right now. So, you know, with the 30-minute no bottom wick and us at this 4-hour resistance, which is also 30-minute resistance, that is obviously a zone you'd have to watch here. So if you're fortunate enough to get it to break through, then you should be good. So you have 6 pips to make a decision if you're in this type of trade here. But I wouldn't be trying to hold pullbacks from this zone, because we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles back to back on the 15-minute and no pullbacks. So, you know, you're just buying highs at the moment and I would like to see some form of structure to give me A, somewhere to put stop loss, and B, somewhere to manage my trade, and basically give me confidence that this thing does want to continue up. I am bullish on it in terms of us rejecting the range here. You do have a 30-minute close which could give opportunities, but you know, obviously it's pushing by itself right now, and I guess that was an option here, you know, breaking above these highs here. Would have liked to see a little bit more of structure formed as I just pulled up the chart, but I don't consider this missed, as you know, this is not really something I would be entertaining. But this is exactly where we are right now, is somewhere where you would want to manage your trade at 30-minute resistance. Don't try be smart and think that thing is only going to go up and you're never going to hit you know, you're never going to hit SL, you know. So just be careful around this. But if we can get above this, any structure should be great, right? Any form of structure should be great. And that's that. Nice. Took the EU one. That's a bit late though. That's a bit late. What about breaking the high here? This high is up here. But that's a more of a safer entry, but nice. Well done. Congrats. So let's see what happens here for GJ on the other hand. See if we want to start breaking outside of this range. So yeah, waiting for pullback on gold. Yeah, I think it will be a lot safer to wait for a little pullback on gold here before you try get in. If you're in from earlier, obviously you're fine here. Being in from earlier, you should be fine, right? And I mean, if I were to get in from earlier, probably nothing would have followed my rules. The only trade I could have seen is this 30-minute close above the range, but this opened no bottom wick here. So even though if this opened with no bottom wick, it wouldn't have been an option for me. What's the indicator for bias? Just type in Tradesharpe session bias. Poll on news. Right, we can do that, right? We can do a news poll. You guys like that? Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So if you guys enjoyed the analysis, be sure to leave a like on the stream. You guys know the drill, the YouTube business. I would appreciate it. 400 of us in here, and let's see what ends up happening. Would appreciate it. So I put the poll in YouTube chat. You guys can put your votes. I did transfer some money from my main account to a secondary account to do the news thing, but I don't know if I want to encourage that. I have transferred some money into a secondary account so we can do the chat. Do it? I don't want to encourage it though. Do it? Everyone's saying do it. Alright, we'll do it then. Finally, a good remark here, like what's the added value of this? Come on. Well, chat has got news every single time. The only thing it would teach people is that don't do that on your main account, right? Don't do that on your main account. Okay, so we have to have a compromise, all right? So the compromise is this. Since I don't trade the news candle itself, already people are voting up, which I agree with already. So what I understand here, from my opinion, if we can break this 4-hour high here, we could basically continue up bullish here. That's what I feel, if we can break these highs, and we can base the trade off the 4-hour. Now, I don't want to trade in news because of the inconsistency of news, but we could play the idea, right? We could play the idea and just use it on a secondary account to experiment. Does it really matter that we have to wait after news? So we don't do it on a main, right? So it's a little bit of a gamble because we're trading during news, but the idea makes sense, and we're basing it on a 4-hour time frame. So I agree with that. Would have, should have. Next time I'm gonna do better. Yeah, but that's why we don't promote that. No blue line? What do you mean? Margin call or nothing? No, I don't. Entry line for what? I'm putting one of my news robots on chart to see. Yeah, that's something I want to experiment. So for me, I think we can come to a compromise for when trading news. No way. I'm not trading news, but I really feel if news comes out and this flips the 4-hour and breaks this high, I think we have 4-hour position. But in my personal rules on my main account, one of my rules is not to trade on a news candle. Morning, Antonio. Oh, looking for shorts from up here. That's interesting. Looking to short. Man's a bear with anything. With everything. Looking to short everything. I'm looking for buys. Buys is bullish, so I understand. Yes. No relevant target. Volume is your target. Volume. Do it full margin? No, I actually made a decision. I don't want to encourage this. I don't. Even though I did it, I don't want to encourage it just in case people, because that's not really me. That's not something I would do. It would be only for entertainment purposes, and we can bring entertainment in other ways. Right? Great analysis as always. Aren't there more setups on gold? GJ has been rangy mess and you're playing on news. Not relying on news. Because I'm not trading the news candle. I made that pretty clear. If I haven't, let me know. Just YouTube chat has been wanting for me to have a news gambling account, but even though I made a decision that I don't want to promote it. I don't think it's me. Like, it's okay to have fun, but we don't want to distract from what we're doing here, you know? Like, if we're too distracted trying to play with the news, and then, you know... When is the news? Yeah, in around 5 minutes. Gold is pushing? Yeah, gold will be pushing here. Just how are you going to enter on this, right? You need some form of pullback, right? Are you trading GJ only? Gold is kind of pushed. I wish I could have been in earlier on gold, but I don't trade at that time. I'm sleeping. I think these type of entry options down here to get to these highs was nice. That's a nice 15-minute entry if there was a bottom wick. There wasn't. So it's not the easiest to get in. I think this is your only option here. You have around 6 pips, I believe, to get to here. Yeah, 5-6 pips and see what happens. Alright, that's like your Asian session option. Don't run stops here. You'd run stops below here, like 16 pip stops. And then that would go. Now you're kind of right at the highs here. So I'd really prefer to see this 30-minute close above and then some sort of structure. And with that structure, you can use that to manage your position, put stops below. I'm just not interested buying straight at the highs. Anytime I've jumped into a trade like that, I've lost. What about hedging during news candles? I don't know much about hedging. I do know what hedging is, of course, but I don't. For me, it's a little bit complicated. I just rather stick to one direction in my trade. All right, I'm gonna end poll here. We have news in 3 minutes, so let's see what the votes are. Make sure to put in your votes and make sure to leave a like on stream. We have 115 likes and we have over 200 votes. That's cap, guys. You guys playing games, guys. See, I caught you guys. You think I can't see how many votes there are? You can't see how many votes there's over 200 votes and there's like 100 likes. So when I ask for the YouTube business, you guys playing games. If you can vote, you can like, right? My GJ plans, buy. Yeah, I really feel if we can break this 4-hour high, it would be good based on the 4-hour. Problem is news, and one of my rules is not to trade with news. But I don't mind trying this on a secondary account, breaking 4-hour high, just to see if that idea plays out. It would be great if this can reject like this. Yes, this is good. This is good for us. Oh. All right, so you guys voted, 64% of you guys saying up here on news. So the votes are through. 64% of you are saying up. Actually 59. It was 59. So let's see if you guys get it correct or wrong here. Let's see if you get it correct or wrong. News is in about 1 minute here. So if news can pop down here, I actually prefer that because I know when we get above the high, it should give opportunity here. Should give some nice opportunity. If this pops down with no top wick and then ends up flipping up, I might try a position. We'll see. All right, 20 seconds till news. Let's see if you guys are right or wrong. I don't know. Liquidity grab up first and then coming down just before news. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I think honestly maybe down a little bit. Let's see. Or nothing. There we go, broke the highs. So that's that 4-hour highs broken. I expect this to continue here. Yep, that's those 4 hours high. This is where I wanted to trade with news here. Because you get this push out of the range. 16 pips immediately. Yeah, very nice. So I guess the idea did play out here. Running 4-hour stops. Breaking the high. And yeah, well done to you guys. So yeah, 4-hour stops. Breaking 4-hour high. And that's the one. There you go. 189 is going to be tapped. Small candle? No, it will get bigger. This is just going to keep pushing. Let's see what news. Unemployment rate came out. 3.8. Lower than expected. And I want to see numbers here. 14.1. So we saw numbers coming out higher than the previous. And the reason this is supporting the pound. This is interesting actually. Because lower numbers would support interest rate inflation. Oh, because... Yeah, this is tough though. Yeah, that was nice. So that idea did play out though. That idea did play out. So I need to take note of that, and maybe there's a way here, then I can just use a news trading strategy. Because that is exactly what I was expecting for today, to go towards the upside, right? As soon as we break 4-hour high. So basing it on 4-hour can be safe. The only danger you have is if this news just completely reverses 28 pips to the downside, we could have got the same candle. But if everything's pointing up, then yeah, that makes total sense to go towards the upside. Total sense. Did you got slippage on news much? No, I didn't enter this. As I said, not gonna gamble, even on my gamble account. I just don't want to encourage that. But I do want to try find a strategy, because this is exactly what I was planning today. It's just not in my rules to take news candles here, just because in the past I've been messed up on them. Been messed up on news candles in the past. With slippage, and especially if it goes the opposite way, it's really put me in devastating positions. Especially if it's gone the opposite way. And when you're playing with big risk, yeah, it's very dangerous here. But that's it, basically gone. So I do like that the idea did play out though. It was very tempting to just try that and use news to their advantage. How do you enter in those news hours? There's a way to enter in during news hours, but it's mainly you have to have a bit of a gamble here. You know, you would have to run this on 4-hour. I was actually super tempted. Super tempted. I just really wish we got this after news. News came down, liquidity grab, and then I just have buy stop break of high. Then we run that. But super hard with news here. How do you find next resistance? You don't. Next resistance is too far away. You can't go back far enough. Now you just have to basically use key levels. And we're pretty clean if we're looking at daily here. Now we just need to, if we're looking to find another way in now, it's very tough. Very tough. Now you just have to watch this push. Wonder how much you would have got. You wouldn't get slipped because when it opened, it went down first. On my broker, I actually have a bottom wick here on my broker. So I think spread just would have triggered you, maybe, yeah, spread would have triggered you a little bit higher. That's about it. When news ends, I should short. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. When it ends, you should short. News is already out. This is the reaction from news. You need structure first. Do you think gold has 5-minute structure, or should you wait? Let's see if it has 5-minute structure. It does. It does. That is, you know, depends. If this volume can continue, then yeah, that can work. I mean, you could try it as a scalp, 10 pips for, where's your target? You have around 16 pips here. I personally would wait for 15 structure, just because, you know, I feel I'm FOMOing in trying to buy after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullish candles here. You know? Would you take setup 3 on 1 minute on GJ? No, not in this instance, no. Only 5-minute structure on news. 1 minute structure on news, don't really rely on it. Yeah, it's a nice push on EU. Unemployment came back higher than expected, so that this is where it becomes a little bit complicated in terms of economics. So if unemployment is coming back higher than expected, why do we see pound go up? Right? See, so if you look at the numbers here, right? Unemployment came back a little bit lower than forecast, but higher than last time. So we're basically seeing it taken positively because it came back lower than forecast, but it's still higher than previous. So our unemployment is still going up. So this is where it becomes interesting here. So now the big thing is, okay, no, here's the big thing. The reason why, even though it's higher than previous, okay, which is a bad thing, it being higher than previous. Previous came out 11.7 and now it came out 14.1. Why are we seeing this pop up initially as a reaction? It's not because of the numbers, it's because of how the rate came out. Because their forecast on the rate was 4.0, their previous was 4.2, but now it came back at 3.8. So we're seeing a great reduction from previous numbers. We're seeing a better than forecast, equaling positivity in the pound. Yeah, that's what I was explaining, Antonio, but we also have to consider the numbers because people will be looking at the numbers. This is the red folder here, and then they'll get confused. Oh, if numbers are coming back only slightly better, why is pound going up? And that's why I'm changing the attention to be looking at also the rate. This means economy is not recovering and rate hike might not come sooner than they expected. Hawkish stance. Yes, but rate hikes are basically done. Right? Rate hikes are basically done. So, if anything, they're looking for interest rate reductions. That is why we see that. More 9.5% positive variation. Yes. Rate cuts? Yes, exactly, Peter. Rate cuts. It's good for the economy? Yes. And what I don't understand, if it's good for the economy, it means that investors are buying currency. So why is it bad for the currency? It's not bad for the currency. Who said it's bad for the currency? Because that's you're getting confused with interest rates. Interest rates are different and inflation is different. What's good for, you once said what's good for economy is bad for Forex in interest and inflation rates, yes. But not in employment rate, right? This is a different news event. Reducing rates is good for economy, bad for Forex. Give me a sec, guys. I'll go to it and come back. Or I'll go to PIP. GJ, new entry, probably something closing above the structure here. If we're gonna get continuation, then I'd want to see something get above that structure, and that will give us the continuation. This 15-minute candle closing above 189 will also be very important. With momentum here, we should be able to continue if we start breaking above this high here. That could be something here in 1 minute. Could be interesting. If you still have volume in gold, the only problem here on gold is not that you have 5-minute structure. The problem is how long has the push been already, you know? So you could, but when's the last time we've seen this much continuation in London? So I'd prefer 15. That's a personal preference. With continuation here, I feel like if we start breaking these highs, we can have a news continuation option. This is an entry that I'm experimenting with that I notice on news. Every time that we end up having a news event, if we're going to get continuation, we break the highs and continue. So if this 15 can make a bottom wick here, will be ideal. So I want to see price give me a bottom wick just to grab some sort of liquidity so that I know when breaking this high I'm safe. Yeah, that's something I'm looking at, Thomas. Because I don't want it to break this high and then just reverse and I get caught in the bottom wick. And if GJ keeps doing this no bottom wick, it's a very frustrating thing. See if we can get that bottom wick and reflip. This would be perfect here if we can get the bottom wick, just a small one, and reflip. I'll be interested in it. See if I can just get a small nipple wick even on my broker. Do I have? No. Just a small one I need. Just to make sure this is not a liquidity grab towards the upside to then screw me up. If your broker has a bottom wick, I would take this. Yeah, if your broker has a bottom wick, then I would be in this. For sure. For sure, for sure. I have one I'm in. Yeah, if you have a bottom wick, you should be in this. Just target a 1-to-1. That would be ideal. Be at 1-to-1. Yeah, I think you can leave this on a runner as well. Yeah, I think this will be a perfect position here. Perfect, perfect. How many guys got in? A few of you guys got in. In, nice. In, nice. A lot of people in on this. You're in as well? In? Damn. A lot got this. Nice, nice, nice. I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. Nice. Damn, look how many people in chat in. Yeah, this should be good to TP here, guys. Should be good for TP here. I would say, like, you could realistically max TP over the whole day could basically be 189,500 here. You know, I don't, but I think, you know, you shouldn't be greedy. You should secure something at 1-to-1 since this is a post-news push. Yeah, this should be good. Moving stops BE. I think wait for the 5-minute close. Just be mental BE. If a 5-minute comes and goes down quickly, it might tap you BE and still flip. Right? But this should be good. A lot of you guys got in. I like it. I like it. Guys, brokers are lucky. I might have to change broker to this. Is frustrating. Yeah, still hold, guys. TP being smashed here. Let's go. There's 19 pips here. At this point, it doesn't make sense losing the trade. So this is where, yeah, this is where I would personally move to break even. Because it wouldn't make sense losing the trade at the moment here. I closed. Nice. Nice, nice. I'm out. Want to be happy today, not begging GJ. I think you should try leave a runner here. You should try leave a runner for sure. I'm gonna keep going to pull partials. Yeah, I think you should take partials here and then leave the rest. Yeah, this is why you don't want to FOMO into that gold, right? Let it pull back, make some form of structure. B, letting it run is good. Leaving a runner with low risk, yep. I think runners here make sense. Runners here do make sense. What a simple entry. Yeah, this is what you call master of patience here. Right? This is exactly what I planned, what I called out, 5-minute close above. If my broker doesn't have it, then what can I do? That's nothing I can do. Master of patience. But so many people got it. Everyone had a bottom wick. So I guess that's just a broker thing. The thing is, if it was here and probably not on my broker, then maybe I could have done it. Yeah, this is the... See, look, it did have... Damn. Ugh. If I saw this one... definitely 1,900, 1 million, billion, gazillion jumping up and down in my chair would have made bank today. So that's your free signals. Free signals for today, everyone eats. Does this small wick count? Let's have a look. That one? Yeah, of course, of course. That wick counts. Any wick with volume counts. I just needed a wick. That wick counts for sure. That's a good wick. That's enough. You know, deeper, of course, better, but it's a wick. You know, you don't have to worry about it coming back. Yeah, congrats who took those. Likes for such a good trade. Appreciate it, appreciate it. You can leave a like. It's unfortunate for myself here, but I'm glad a lot of you guys got that. I'm very, very, very glad. But I'm a master of discipline. I was very close to saying let me go in without bottom wick here. But by the time that people were saying we had a wick, I just wish you guys were faster telling me you had a wick on your broker. Then I would have said let's go in. I said let's go in. Makes sense. So yeah. Can we see price reversal after news? Sometimes, but no. It's, you know, things are pointing up at the moment. Things are pointing up at the moment. I won't add that trade to the stream journal, of course, just so you guys know I'm not cap, because that's my trades in the stream journal. It should count as a YouTube win though. It should count as a YouTube win, but anyways, I'll get hate if I put it as a win, so I won't. Are you in an open trade? Yeah, some are trying to hold runners from this position here. I do think that break even would be a good option if you're still in from here. As you know, 19-20 pips here was enough. To be honest, I only noticed it after I got in. Yeah, well, you're lucky, man. I wish I had a wick, man. This is always annoying. If people said I have a wick and then I also looked at this other chart, I would have just ripped it. But by the time I heard it was a wick, it was up here. Then I'm like, okay. Congrats, Harry. Again, you are right. Always impressive. You are good, Harry. Solid as a rock. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys all ate. Some people got this position, and those don't. I was not confident half a pick whip. I think you should be. If you had a wick, David, definitely be in, because we have confirmation of rejection. Any wick will do with volume here. We're relying on volume. And so what if it ended up making a deeper wick? We have structure. That's the difference. Is we're not sitting here buying highs without any structure. There's 15-minute close and structure formed. So yeah, you're totally fine. Good out at B. All good. That's all good. One thing I have seen GJ do before is if this next candle opens, makes a tiny top wick, flips, makes the bottom wick that was supposed to be made, and then reflips, I think we could get a wick fill here. Do you have Telegram for us who don't have Discord? Yeah, there is in the description, but I would recommend Discord, always a cleaner thing. There's a lot of resources you get in the free Discord. If you go to the free Discord, you know, you get a whole tab. I share my trades so you can review them yourself. You can have a look at all of the free things I give here, such as my trading plan checklist, trading journal, my strategy, everything. Use IC market chart and Tradingview. There's a wick. Is there really? My broker, there is no wick. I can guarantee you there is no wick here on my broker. You can see, look, there's no wick. Even if you zoom full zoom, you can see there's no wick. Wait, I'm zoomed full. Let me try that. Look, there's no wick. Yeah, I think for continuation here, you need structure to form. Win in the chat, guys. Thanks to you. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it, man. This 30-minute open here. Win stream, brother. Thank you, thank you. Is it setting up for another buy? Potentially here, potentially. So in this case, entry just based on volume after news, having a decent clean zone. 15-minute close bullish, you didn't trade the news candle, stuck to the rules. Then you wait for 5-minute structure within the news candle, and then after the news candle, sorry, and then you basically closed above. It's like a thunderstorm, right? Thunderstorm with 15 close. But you're just being aggressive by using 5-minute stops instead of 15, relying on volume after news to give you continuation, right? That's an amazing trade summary. I'm going to note that word by word. Yeah, remember in the webinar, we were looking at it. In this week's webinar, we looked at that, right? We covered that topic. That's why that was the focus of the webinar, to show continuation after news. For gold, potential pullback happening? Yes, this is why you don't want to buy those highs. This is why I felt very confident not wanting to jump in at the highs. YouTube is 10 seconds behind. Yeah, I can't adjust delay. That is why we have in the private group a Zoom call to make sure that there's no delay. Gold should buy though. Yeah, I think gold is definitely more bullish. It is bullish for sure at the moment, but it's extended. If it pulls back, I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back a little. Even breaking this high here is like another aggressive shot. How much do you have till 500? 21 pips. Listen, today's a big breakout day. We are breaking out on very high time frame levels. And I feel if this is going to continue today, then it's just going to keep on pushing. I have profits from last week. I'm willing to risk some of those profits. So if we flip here and break these highs, I'm going to give myself a shot, risking only, it will equate to be around maybe 0.8%, around $500 I'm putting on risk. Those in the exclusive group know how much I made last week, so you can calculate a percentage of what I made. But this is just what I'm doing. So we'll see. See if we can get above these highs. If we can break above these highs, then it will be interesting. And I'll take it like a quick scalp here. Need to close above. I think we have closed above, and if this is now making a bottom wick, if we can go up and break these highs here, this highest wick here, which will be the 30-minute high, I could use 5-minute as stops and just run on this momentum. Quick 12-10 pip trade is simple. If it just rejects here, then obviously I have no entry. If this closes below this support here, I have no entry, I can wait. If this closes weak bearish like this, I think the entry can still be the same. I'm just being aggressive because we have a massive breakout here. So I feel like this can just keep going. Which I need to lock in. If this 5-minute closes like this, it's just a thunderstorm, so I still think it will be valid. If it closes back inside the range, I don't know. I might delete it. Let's see, if this closes back above the range weak, I'm still okay with it. It's technically on my broker still back above the range here. Still think we're okay. Especially if this 5-minute creates a support here and then that breaks the high, that should also be good. Obviously, if this candle breaks below the support, then I'll just be waiting for a close above, because that would have got below the support and it won't be valid anymore. I think I want the 15 to close above 2.5, which is 4-hour level. I can't see that level for some reason. Why can't I see that level? I can only go back to 2017. Go to daily and switch on replay. Okay, yeah, that's good. Invalid symbol. Come on, Tradingview. Alright, let's see if we can find this level. And there is a level here. Yeah, you're right about that level. I think 5 minutes breaking down anyways, yeah. We did close above the level though. So that looks good. This is a previous 4-hour. 4-hour. I think now, with only 1 minute left, it's highly unlikely we do break the high, so I'm probably going to wait for something more confidence, like some 5-minute closing bullish and then the next one breaking the high. Or of course we have the 15-minute candle closing here. So break of high keeping us safe here. 30-minute high wasn't broken, 15-minute wasn't broken, 5-minute wasn't broken. We are keeping safe. So I'll just remove that buy stop. And yeah. There we go. And we'll see if we can get another candle closing above. This could also be the start of the retracement, a bit of pullback on news before continuing up a little bit later on. That might have been the only push here. So we could see that happen as well. Especially now, 5 minutes is just probably more likely to now do its first break of structure, which I don't like in terms of looking for buys here, because 5 minute has broken structure. On a momentum move, we expect 5 minute to respect structure and just continue up, something like this. Structure, continue, structure, continue, structure, continue, structure, continue. Structure, continue. As soon as we break structure here, that pullback just ends up failing and going down, which could be something similar here. So here we broke structure, this pullback, if it pulls back now, that could just end up failing here. So that's where I don't feel confident about. Looking for what? For continuation till we probably have something closing above on that. So this pullback now could just end up retesting even as high as 250s here. We could get back to 250 for it just to turn around and come back down. I just realized I got triggered. Damn, bro, it was not even close. You have to really just wait, man. You did this last time as well. You need to be patient. Need to be patient. Super patient. Let it break fully. Boom. Even if you enter 1-2 pips above, who cares? 1-2 pips not gonna make a difference, but this makes a difference entering without the confirmation being made, right? You can see here, look. Even mine came extremely close on my broker, but never broke the high. So I never triggered it in, right? Never broke the high. I'm not FOMOing into it. It's still below. I don't mind entering a pip above, something like that, right? Yeah, always market is better. And if you use buy stops, I give it like full. Whatever my spread max is, if your spread, whatever your spread max is how high your buy stop should be above the entry. So if your spread max is 2 pips, then guess what? You have to put your buy stop at 1.3. You know, you're going to be triggered up here. And remember, when you get triggered with the buy stop here, you might even get triggered a little bit higher. It's possible. Morning, Harry. I was wondering what are good 5-minute entry options. Valid. Sometimes you say risky shot. This is 5 closing above, but you say you gave the confirmation. What gives me the confidence is my trades are never based off 5 minutes. I can just use 5 minute for entry. So the trade is all based off 15 minute, right? 15 minute, right? Break of highs and, you know, 15 minute bullish candle close. That's what all gives me the confidence. It did break high on my broker. Send a screenshot. I want to see how it did. Because breaking high means proper breaking high. Like a nipple break, right? We always have the rule, we always say it in the group, is the 1 pip above, you know? And also, if I'm not in and you got triggered early, just immediately close, right? If you thought it broke high and you don't hear me say, okay, I'm also in, then you're like, okay, he's not in, maybe I should just close immediately at entry. And you'll lose a pip only, you know? Instead of only telling me when you're all the way down, you know, when we're down here. Okay, gold is trying now for its second time. 15 minute is kind of losing momentum here. I don't really... It might just do one last pop here. But I think for gold, the move has been done. It's gone already. Gold is gone already. For GJ here, I mean, this 5 could close above. If this 5 does close above, it's fine because it would be set up 3 on 15 minute. 30 minute would be breaking the high. Exactly, King Jr. That's what it means, yes. This I'd be cautious. This could just break high, come back and start ranging in here. For me personally, for my roles, would prefer to wait 47 seconds here for a 5-minute close instead of just going break of high. Would need to close above though. If this 5 doesn't close above, it's not a valid entry for me. And I don't care if that just goes. Should we wait for 15 close? In this scenario, 15 might not be enough. So minimum, we can at least wait for 5. Because that would save you. If you just went full mode in here again, now your 5 is not closing above, it's not with you. And right, we need a 5 closing above. So now that the 5 hasn't closed above, we should wait. I think gold should just, you know, finish the move here if it's highly likely at this chance to finish this move here. But I would have wanted to be in way earlier. I think the best move was the one that we called here that I wanted to take. This was a very simple, clean move here. A lot of you guys called it. You should be happy with that for today. Should be happy with that. That should have covered everything here. Breaking this high. Very simple move. 19, 20 pip move here you got. Yeah, 19 pip move. So that was the move of today, to be honest. Wanted to try get continuation, but now it's showing me rejection. We're fine, right? We just sit on our hands. And that's it. So congrats to those who took that. I'm on my 20th trade winning streak. Nice, bro. Do you have any level around 189, 350? No, I don't. Where did you get that from? I have this 4-hour that I just found right now. We can go back and see if I can find any levels. $350. See if we can find any levels. No, that 4-hour is the level. No, mine is 250, not 350. Am I allowed to go on a 1-hour? No. Not question when signal, question when payout. That's what we need to see. So you can get paid now. Be careful, gold will sell on NY. NY is a very, very, very big news event today, so I'd be very cautious with gold during NY. You can basically call NY a write-off until after CPI. I would not trade gold before CPI and NY. I'm focused on the process, not the payouts. Yeah, but the process should lead to a payout, right? With 20 wins, then you should be able to get a payout, right? That's the beauty of it. You focus on the process and then you wake up and end up, oh wow, all right, time to pay myself. You know, you have to realize profits. It's very important to realize profits. Roughly what time is NY? It's not roughly, it's on the dot 5 p.m. Dubai time. So I don't know, you can convert it to your time zone and see what it ends up becoming. Yeah, I did break it by slight on yours. That's interesting. What broker are you using? Is that a pip though? So for you, I would keep it a rule saying always a pip above. Always a pip above. It's okay though, man. But next time, if that ever happens and I'm not in the position, then just close it. Even though you might lose 1 or 2 pips, it's better than holding the drawdown, right? Got money, I'm out. Aloha to you guys. Take care, brother. But yeah, that always sucks, man. That always sucks. But the one thing is I wouldn't. That is outside of your control, right? That is outside of your control. So don't beat yourself up about that. It's unfortunate, but just next time, ask me. That would help so we can get you out of that situation. Where's this volume coming from? This big candle was from news, and then we've had a little bit of continuation after news, and we'll see if price wants to continue above this 4 hour. Are these all-time highs on GJ? No, these are not all-time highs on GJ. These are yearly highs, and it's also no, it's not a decade high, because 2015, we're in 2024, so it's not a decade high. Do you think London Open will push? Yeah, sometimes we can get heavy pullbacks first. It will be dependent on how this 15-minute candle closes. If this 15-minute candle can close strong bullish here, I think London Open can give the continuation. But if it closes a little bit weak, even breaking the high here, I think it could be a little bit risky here. But any entries now after the first entry that we had should just be like an additional entry. What's up, Harry? Hey, Ziggy man. You see gold grab a nice position? Yeah, gold pushed very beautiful during Asian session here. This was very nice, clean, green candle after green candle. Pretty easy to hold that. You would want to see price close above this 4 hour and basically this 5-minute range. You could put this 4 hour candle like the 5-minute range. That will give you super confidence here to give you continuation. I mean, especially if this 1 hour candle opens no bottom wick deep and then flips, yeah, that's pretty easy trade. Why don't you add your PayPal? It's better than paying to YouTube, because sometimes when I take the trade with you, I want to give you 10% of what I made, but I do it here on YouTube. They take so much. I appreciate that, brother. That's very kind of you. And a lot of people normally hate. Can you believe that? That I give them free trades and they actually end up hating on me. So for you to turn around and say that, I appreciate that, but I don't need your money, man. As much as I do appreciate the kind gesture, I don't need your money. You can keep it for yourself. What you do with the information that I provide is up to you. And, you know, no need to donate to me on YouTube as well, right? Just keep that money for yourself, man. Enjoy it. You made the decision as well, right? Remember, it's your decision as well. Yeah, the only thing I ask is just leave a like and subscribe. That's it. You know, that's it. That would be enough. All right, this candle's closing above. I wonder if we can get a little pop here. I wonder if we can get a little pop. Let's see. One hour candle. Yeah, if we break this high here, re-break the highs right now, I'm gonna give this a little shot. Right now, re-breaking these highs. Re-breaking. Let's see if we can re-break it. Looking just for a quick scalp here. All right, we rebroke the highs. Just seeing if I can get a quick scalp here. Gonna run stop something like this. Just using London volume to see if I can get 10 pips out of this or something. If not, then that's okay. Remember, understand this type of trade. We've already had a big push in news here. We are just trying to catch continuation here. This is always going to be a riskier trade, but I told you today I want to be slightly more aggressive just to try squeeze something out the market if we're going to continue. Just to try squeeze something out the market. Yeah, this 5-minute close here will be important as well. Yeah, volume's dying down a little bit here. I would expect London Open just to give a quick push. This 5-minute here will be an important close. It closes weak. It's not the best looking idea here. We needed to close strong bullish here in 10 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, if this 5-minute doesn't respect the structure down here, I think that's gonna be it. So personally, I think I can be aggressive and run 9 pip stop and lose half of what I expected. But that's just me gonna be aggressive here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll close it early. Yeah, I think we can be super aggressive. As I said, this is aggressive option here. So being aggressive with management is also a good idea here. It's not something you trust, you want to try hold, just get out quick, you know. Why no volume? You give it the shot. If no volume comes, you just get out. That's exactly what we do here. You give it the shot, no volume comes to continue, we just get out. Everything made sense, but if no volume wants to come, then that's it. Nothing we can do about that. Once we break this high, we should get a little bit of volume. If no volume comes in after we break the high, it'd be a good idea to go to break even here. Yeah, we just need to break this high. Once we can break this high, it should be okay. If you guys don't want to risk 10 pips here, then you can just go break even right here at 10 pips. I mean, not at 10 pips, at where we were at entry here. I think that would also not be a bad idea. Not a bad idea as well. This 5 also closing. I think I'm gonna wait for this 5. If this 5 doesn't close back above these wicks here, then I'm not too confident about it. Would like to see a strong close on the 5 right now. See if we can break above these highs. Just lack of volume. Guys, you know what I'm gonna do here? We're sitting at break even. I'm gonna quickly close at break even here. All right. I'm like literally a pip below break even. I'm gonna close at break even. Not enough volume here. There's not enough volume. That's a decision I'm making right now. I'll close at break even right now. So I'm literally like a pip where I close below break even. Literally 0.9 pips, 0.9 pips. Just volume isn't there, so I'm not gonna sit in this. You know, there's no point of me sitting for potential drawdown. You're literally 0.1 pip here from entry here, so you can just close at break even. I rather re-enter if we break through these highs here, because that's where I think the actual volume would come through. So look, we're at break even right now. You're losing nothing if you were to close right now. So that's where I'm gonna close, right? Close it at break even. Because there's just no volume. I expect London to open with volume. I don't want this to just pull back on me. And I think if you want to re-enter on this, you could re-enter as it broke this high here. This is also the 50-minute close. 50-minute is closing weak here. So yeah, I think it's showing me lack of volume here. So it's probably safer waiting till we break this high here. How would you journal the setup? This is setup 1. Actually, no, it's like a setup 3, but with close. So yeah, I think re-entry breaking this high will be a lot better once 15-minute makes a bottom wick. So I'm going to wait for 15-minute to make a bottom wick and then re-entry. I think if we can flip here and break this current 15-minute high, that will be my re-entry here. Stop will be only 11 pips as well. Small stop loss as well. Alright, re-entered. See if we can get some volume moving here. Guys, I have no top wick on my broker here. I have no top wick on my broker. So this is making me a little bit iffy, since that is part of my rules to have a top wick. So if this starts coming back to entry, I'm gonna be super cautious, all right? Because I don't have top wick on my broker here. So if this starts, getting below entry here, which it basically is right now, I'm sitting at entry. Yeah, I have no top wick here. I have no top wick. If you have a top wick, you can hold it, but I have no top wick here. Don't know how confident I feel about this, guys. Nah. 5 pips you out? Let's see. If this 1 minute flips, guys, I'm out at break even. All right, listen very carefully. 1 minute flips, out at break even. Okay, understood? Clear? Because no top wick. Understand clearly now. 1 minute flips, I'm out at break even, please. All right, I'm out at break even, guys. I closed. I'm not playing with this. There's no volume here, and I'm being very aggressive with management here. Very aggressive today, and it's gonna keep me safe. I know it's confusing, but sometimes we have to be like that, and I rather just be like that at the moment. All right, I know it sucks. And it's confusing, but I'm not trusting this. I'm just not trusting this, and yeah. It's just how I want to manage my own trading. You're entitled to do. If you trust to hold it, then hold it here. But for me, I didn't like it. Right? I don't like the way that I had no top wick on my broker. I know it's confusing. I know you guys are like, damn, he's managing super hard. He's not giving any breathing room, because I'm not playing games at these highs here. Okay? So I hope you guys understand. To some of you, this will be very new. Okay? Some of you might be surprised, but that's how it is, right? That's just the way I rather run it at this point. Just because we're at highs. This was the original position. You guys who caught this, as I said, anything else is positive. Thanks for giving me $8. Yeah, if you managed here, I mean, both we had definitely plenty of chance to manage break even here, no problems. I closed that to cover with commission. So I'm basically net break even. Let's go and see how much I am for the day with commission. So with commission, the first position I closed 0.8 minus 0.8 pips. Right, and then the second one I closed a little bit higher. So like if you were to count exact P&L, just so you guys understand, because you know over time break-evens can add up, right? Understand, over time break-evens can add up. So if I'm going to explain to you how much. So basically I am down $50 with commissions. Okay, so that's how much I would be down. Now I rather take that than to be unsure about whether this is going to push or not, because on my broker I have no top wick here, right? And for me, that's it. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I don't want to force anything, and that's it. That's how I want to run it. I really expected, because the whole idea behind this position is London open volume to come and just push. I do think that as long as we can respect this structure, we are still good for upside here. But I don't want to gamble on that. I don't want to gamble on that and we get a big retracement candle after news here. That is not something I'm interested in. The position was given here, right? We were talking about this. Many of you guys caught this. And now I'm just trying to catch extra continuation, but preserving my profits. And I don't want to then risk anymore. So that's exactly how we do it. To some of you, it might be like, oh, wow, that's a bit strange. Or it's a little bit annoying. He's too aggressive. But that's just me. That's just me. I am pessimistic when the trade goes against me and optimistic when it's going in my direction. More management tips as possible. I think this is more experience based, this type of management, and the reason why I intuitively closed here is because lack of volume, man. I expect 1 hour London open to just give us 10-15 pips and we'll be done, right? And we'll be done. So this is why I just decided to say, okay, you know what, screw it, screw it. Took the same as me. BE, yeah, I think, yeah, you did the same. BE, I think that's a great idea, man, to go BE. I did the same, right? I did the same. So understand that, and it just avoids me holding this uncertainty of drawdown right now, right? So be sure you followed what I did and understood what I did. We can go put that in the journal as a BE trade right here. I know it's aggressive, but this is the type of trade, right? And I told you that from the beginning of the trade, that this is an aggressive trade. So if you don't understand how to manage quickly on aggressive trades, then don't take them, because you're going to struggle. And sometimes I'll get these wrong, right? I'll call break even and the thing will fly straight after me calling break even. But I don't want to be uncomfortable in a position. Still respecting the 4 hour. If this current candle flips and break its own high, I'm not FOMOing into any positions. I wanted, the thing is, this position I was relying on London volume. Okay. So since this didn't have volume, it lost me confidence. But yeah, as long as this is respected down here, this structure, this thing should continue bullish here. I think it will just slowly make its way, and then all of a sudden you'll get one big candle. But in terms of me wanting to hold a position right now of potential downside that we could have from a 30-minute here flipping, I don't think it's a good idea. But really, in terms of structure and the trade, it makes sense to continue up. It really does make sense to continue up. Everything is pointing up. But it's a matter of how far do we pull down before we come back up. And that's the gamble I don't want to take right now, because I'm just hoping on a volume candle. If this was somewhere lower, just remember what we've done today, right? Remember what we've done. That's the only thing putting me off. So I want you guys to understand that this easily can continue. And based on technical analysis, As long as we respect this, there's no reason to close. There's no reason to close. The reason I close today is from intuition of me seeing post-news moves can be very nasty downside moves, right? Very nasty post-news. Right? You can get this next candle come down and just say not today, and you're like, shit, I had a chance to manage that. You guys all took that position right here. A lot of you got in because you had a bottom wick, which you're good, and that was the main position here. So anything here, I'm just trying to catch a little bit of continuation. And if it's not going to continue, then why hold it? That's the rules, right? What did I just say? I want to catch continuation. It's not continuing. It's going nowhere. It's going up and then comes back down. It tries to go up and then comes back down. So yeah, this is how my broker looked. Isn't this nasty? So on my broker, okay, the trade position I wanted to take had no bottom wick. But then my broker has no top wick, which is what made me want to close the trade here, because 15-minute close no top wick, which is part of my rules not to take a trade with no top wick. It's like, what the hell? So you don't allow me to enter on the confirmation I need, but when I'm in the trade, you do something nasty and close with no top wick. Nasty. Yeah, volume died down a bit on gold as well. We've just been trying to push 8-10 pips for the last... Yeah, we did get the 10 pips. We did get the 10 pips. But even if you entered break of high here, you would have got around 9 pips here for 17 pip stop loss. If you want to go risky, you run 5-minute, but you'd have to put it below previous 15, which is, yeah, you can go 11 pips here, but I'd recommend 14 pips here normally. Just a day in the market, yeah, but I feel like I'm keeping safe. In this drawdown, I would be, if you ask me guys, to be honest, how I would feel in this drawdown, I'm uncomfortable if I was holding drawdown like this. If I was in this trade holding drawdown, I would be uncomfortable because I would not trust the position. There are trades where I'm comfortable holding drawdown, and most of the time when we have structure and we're taking a normal trade, not after a massive push, right? Then I don't have any worries holding drawdown. It's part of the game. I trust probabilities. But this type of trade here, I would not know. I would just be relying on some volume. But yeah, as long as it respects this technically, it should continue up, and I do feel it can do here. You know, it's just whether there'll be a volume spike come in the next, on the next 30-minute candle here. That's what you would be hoping on here. So yeah. Alright guys, price is basically ranging here. I'm gonna wait for more clear options here. Very unfortunate for myself. I know a lot of you guys caught this, but this is the exact position we took today. I could put that in the stream record, but you know, whatever, I won't put it so I don't get hate on that. It doesn't really matter for me. Win rate and trades, you know, that's just to flex. But this position here was perfect. Was perfect. I really do like this position here, and I would take this every single time. Most of your brokers did have a bottom wick, so that was nice and easy. And if you didn't, like me, then you were sitting on your hands. And then of course, like I said, any positions here, I was telling you guys from here, so study what I was saying in this scenario. I was saying any position here, I have profits from last week, I will risk $500 on one of those trades to try get continuation. I tried here to get continuation, didn't like what it did, got out. I tried again one more time to get the big push here, did not continue, and I got out. Very, very simple. Lost nothing, 50 bucks total, that's okay. That is not even, it's like 0.01% of what I originally risked, which doesn't really matter here, right? But what matters is that I avoid being an uncomfortable drawdown like this, having to hold this. Anyways, this would be very close to stop at the moment. And I think high chance I would get stopped out on the next candle here if I was to hold this, which we avoided. So that is more important, in my opinion. If you don't like, the way I like to be aggressively managing, then of course you do your own way, right? You focus on holding just TP or SL, but with a little bit of knowledge here, I'm able to get out of things and make sure that I follow my edge. So that's an overview of the today's trading. And yeah, with that being said, right, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys tomorrow. Congrats to those who took the position there. That was a beautiful, and that was the planned position for the day. So that being said, take care all and have an amazing day. Peace. Yes, sir.